Okay, welcome back to the Inferno Insurrection, where we're going to begin by acknowledging a bit of a threat that I didn't really talk about in the previous episode, which is that we can see two pink heroes pretty close to our town of Acheron. This one in particular seems very close, although I'm not sure if they can actually access us because there are some lava flows and mountains and things blocking them off. And then further to the north we can see another pink hero. We don't know what either of these pink heroes have, and we can also see to the south there is a teal hero. So, have to be prepared for any or all of these three heroes to suddenly approach this town, which is going to cause some problems if we decide to go back underground and try to defend Cinderspire, because we can only be in one place at once. We can split our units to some extent, but that's not ideal. So that's potentially a bit of a problem to deal with, in addition to the fact that we also have Rion, who is kind of slowly approaching either our main town or our town of Ashcombe. Once again, because we have all the castle gates, we should be relatively safe, but it's still a bit of a risk. And then we also have Alamar, who is approaching our town of Middleheim. So there are lots of threats to deal with, basically, and I'm not sure how we're going to handle them. It all kind of depends how things play out at the end of the turn. Start of next turn, I think we will build a castle gate in Acheron, but outside of that, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I think I will send Sandro back towards Ashcombe because he has quite a few good Inferno units on him, and I think it makes sense to try and get those to a place where we can actually defend an Inferno town or upgrade them if we want to. Gunnar has some good units which I thought about maybe passing to Sandro as well, because we don't really need to defend this too much at the moment. Not really too threatened, but I just don't feel like it. I feel like I'd rather focus on actually defending our dungeon town with our dungeon creatures, as well as having the option open of going to attack this if we want to, taking the Sulphur Dune, possibly even going to the north, going underground, but probably not. Still, good to have that option open. Sandro, like I said, we will send back to Ashcombe. I guess I could have also taken the Pit Lords from Zarfax, but what I might do instead with Zarfax is just send him into this area because there are quite a few things we can scout. But yeah, Fiona, of course, should not go to the east because I think that is very much threatened. If we have a look underground, this is a very subterranean gate-heavy area, but it's all an area that we control. So what I might do with Fiona is move to the north and see what this leads to. Seems to be unexplored. Okay, that's pretty much nothing, but never mind. Worth a go. So Sandro's going to come back. Axis is probably going to go for these Horde of Imps, but we are pretty close to Elishar. Elishar doesn't look too strong, but we do only have 2 Ifrit, which is not a lot. Our spellcasting is okay, we have really good spell power, but our knowledge is not so good, so at best we have 5 magic arrows. Not sure that's really enough. I don't want Elishar to pick up this gold though, but I'm not sure it's worth the risk, putting myself in range. What I could also maybe do is I could send Christian out. So something I obviously need to do is I need to put someone in a town somewhere. And we don't have too many options for that. I think, although I could send Gunnar up to claim the ore pit, obvious thing to do is just to send him into the base. Should also acknowledge, by the way, that I probably didn't need to pick up the Orc Tower, which is just diluting the pool from our Portal of Summoning, but to be honest, we're at a point where we can't really afford all the creatures that we have available to us anyway, so I think I'm okay with lowering the chance of an extra devil from time to time. Okay, so having done that, let's firstly go back to Middleheim, and let's just go and claim ourselves an ore pit. And before I forget, I'm going to take the Spirit of Oppression, put it in my bag so that I don't screw myself over. We will definitely benefit from having morale activated. Then we return to this town, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the 1 pikeman in the middle, because if the phoenixes come to attack us and they go for the breath attack, whichever of these 2 stacks they hit, they're going to have to take quite a strong retaliation in response. Maybe could actually go with these instead. But no, I quite like the pikeman as a power stack. So yeah, if they go for either of these 2 stacks, they're going to have to take some heavy retaliation, and the extra damage they do will be to just 1 pikeman, so they probably won't go for that. They'll probably go for either the zealots or the marksman instead. But either way, we should be pretty well prepared. We have the 1 pikeman right in the middle, which means he can go to the top or the bottom of the battlefield. absorb the retaliation, and that's really their main threat. The rest of this stuff isn't too bad. Throng of Sprites could be dangerous, but the rest is not really worrying me too much. So going back to Ayden, I could also tuck Ayden into the town, but I would like to send him out just to take on this horde of monks. That's an easy thing we can open up. It does open up some things to the south as well for our scouts. I think that should be fine. Let's put Caitlyn in the town. Then we should at least be free to move some other heroes. So let's take these, let's spread these out, because we're going to try to overwhelm the monks as much as we can. And let's take one extra imp. Let's just go for this. Yep, so no losses expected. We actually level up there. And this is a difficult choice, because I did not expect to be offered armorer. But if I take armor, then there's no way I can get logistics. But that's still pretty good. It's a good skill to have. It's probably not going to be offered to me again. I'm going to go for it. We don't get logistics, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so going back to Axis, let's have a look and see how far Christian can go, or in fact, we can just go back to this town, because Caelid should be able to go a bit further. So if we send Caelid through, Caelid, I think, can get close enough. So the question is, what do we recruit? I feel like 4 Pit Lords is an okay option to go for, because then if we lose some units, we could resurrect them as demons. I think I'll go for that. I might be forgetting something more useful I could do, but let's just go with it. I'm going to go with one of these as well, just to see if it tricks the AI. I don't think it will, but worth a go. The other problem with this is if we go for this, one of these two will be attacked, and that will be the weaker one, and the stronger one will probably escape, so we will lose one hero, and we'll have to hire them back for 2,500. I think we don't do it. I know I've just spent my gold, but that's fine, we can make use of this stuff later. Let's leave the Pit Lords in there. Leave the GOG. And I think we just go back. Yeah, it was an okay idea, but I don't think there's any need. I think we just end up losing 2,500 gold, having to re-recruit a hero, and whatever gold we get from this is not going to make up for it. So alternatives, we could go to the north, go for the Master Gremlins, but same problem. Plus we don't need to go for an obelisk, doesn't really matter at all. So there's not really too much else we can do, really. We go to the south, there's some obelisks, there's this thing. Bit of mercury, bit of sulfur, that wouldn't be too bad, but not too useful either. If we were to go for the Lizardman, I think we win that. I think that one should be fine. I hope I'm not wrong. But I think it's fine because we do know that we have at least 5 magic arrow casts. I'm gonna try it. Okay, so a loss is expected, and we're only expected— oh wow, that's a lot more than I thought. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. I've said that many times, but 80 points of damage per shot. That pretty much neutralizes a stack each time. So we definitely go for these first. Unfortunately, they are going to go straight for the Ifrit. See if I can bait in the shot. I kind of doubt it, though. Okay, some of them go for it. So these guys are actually okay. 67 hit points, that's not actually that bad. I think we can go forward. Okay, so next round begins. Once again, I think we just go straight for Magic Arrow. Let's go for it on these. This is a healthy stack, so I think we can go straight for the attack. If we go for the attack against one of these two, 1 to 2 kills, we take the retaliation. I think we probably just don't attack. We need to try and keep these ones a little bit healthier. This stack of 2 I think we'll go for the Ifrit as well. Hoping for a bit of morale. Only a 5% chance, so yeah, we don't get it. They are going to go for the weaker Ifrit. Apart from those guys for some reason. So these guys are now... They're still doing fine. 71 hit points, 61 on these. That all seems fine. Let's go for these. Then let's go for these. Okay, so we've pretty much blocked everyone off. We're going to go for these as well. Yeah, this should be fine. We shouldn't really take any significant losses at all. Yeah, they're going to go for the imps, which is perfect. So at this point, we have 58 hit points on these, 69 on these, so still doing completely fine. And we go for these next, and that should be pretty much it. Yep. Okay, so going to go for this first. I'm not really too bothered about the Cape of Conjuring, and I'm pretty sure Elishar can't reach us, so that all seems fine. We're going to move Octavia back in this direction. She does now have the Lion's Shield of Courage, temporarily, but I think it does make sense to try and go back to this town, pick up a spellbook at the very least. Then we have the option of moving one more hero out, so let's actually take Gunnar, and let's go for this. Okay, that all seems fine. Let's see what blue does. There's a chance they don't attack me. Oh, I should have gone for that actually, Ayden. Doesn't attack me. Interesting. Okay, so unfortunately Tan does not take my Orc Tower. I kind of hope they would. Teal is still at least one turn away. And Elishar's pretty far off too. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm not going to go and pick this up. We can see there is a fire lake to the southwest, which is a bit of extra creature growth. Let's go view air. Let's see where those pink heroes went. Seems like they barely moved. I'm surprised by that. So I think we can safely go for the castle gate in this town, although not necessarily urgent. This guy is still at least one turn off. If we were to go underground, don't think we could chase the Alamar down, don't think we should really try. They also have Thane, who's pretty weak. I probably won't go for him though, I don't think it's safe to use the movement points on that. So let's bring Sandro back to this, and I can't actually remember. This is a bit wasteful for our movement points, but I'm going to give it a go. Can't actually remember if we recruited a devil this week from the external palace. Let's at least try. No, we've not. Okay, so let's get one of those. Okay, so Gunnar could go and chase Ayden down. Not sure if it's really worth the effort. Clavius has very few movement points, he's very slow. But the idea is we should be able to reach Conflux Town before day 7, or on day 7. So he shouldn't get reinforcements, but we don't know what he has. So it's a little bit risky. Oh wow, okay. We don't get access from here, so the access has to be from this side. I'm surprised by that. That kind of looked like it's blocked off. I'm really surprised by that. I guess I could go for the Shrine of Magic Thought, but it's not really important. So then a little bit further to the north we've got Genova. I'm going to check this again because I need to see where Purple's heroes go to, because they have to try and take their town back or they're out of the game. They've not really got any closer though. Okay. I'm going to go slightly closer. I might be able to see what defenders it has. Almost nothing. And looks like, yeah, we do have to approach it from this direction, but I'm now not so confident we can reach it before the end of the week. We don't know what lurks in the Fog of War, but I think it is worth a go, just to try and chase them down. Okay, so Zarfax I think we will send to the north. I could maybe have passed over the Pit Lords, but I think that's fine. Let's just go straight in this direction. Fiona can go and scout a bit more, although she has to take on a Throng of Walking Dead, so let's just go back. I'm almost tempted to send her across just to see what Pink has. That would be useful to know. We will lose her, but she has nothing of any real value. She's level 1. We need to know what pink has because we need to know where to put Ayden at the end of the turn. So if we go to the west, we can take Shackles of War. I think I do still prefer the idea of going for Daramith proactively. Okay, let's go back to Firebrand. We pick ourselves up a bit of spell power. We also pick up the Fly spell if we decide to go for that at some point. To upgrade these, we need a +5 morale. That's pretty impressive. To upgrade these, we need a lot more Mercury, so that's not going to happen. We can upgrade these. I think we'll go for a couple more. Have to be a little bit careful with where we spend the gold, though. Don't want to overdo it. This stuff's not too useful to us. Maybe the resource silo could be justified. Building the castle, I think, would be good. What I could do is I could pick up some more units from Sandro. Because at this point, we should be getting 21,000 per turn in income. We don't have to spend 10,000 on a castle gate anytime soon. In fact, probably not at all for the rest of the game. So if we just go across, I think we can justify taking those units. Okay, so we take these, and I think we leave Sandro with the Pit Fiends. We could even do some demon farming. I've been saying that the entire playthrough, but I feel like now could be the time. Okay, so let's jump back into this. Let's go to Cinderspire. Do we have enough? So the big threats are, I think, several Naga Queens, a few Titans. If we imagine that's 4, that's kind of a threat. Pack of Master Genies, not too good either. And lots of Magi. I guess we could do with a bit more. Perhaps we take some Cerberus. So I do want to make sure our towns are actually safe for at least one more turn, but I think they are. I'm going to try and chase Ayden down. Then Octavia could go and explore. I mean, our town is pretty safe. Kind of tempted to see where this goes. Okay, so this takes us right to the southwest. Let's see what we can find out about that. So there is the Orange Town, which is above ground. You can't see a way up. There's also an unclaimed town to the north. Octavia could go for that. The problem is she does need to stay relatively close to our other town because it has no reinforcements available. Zarfax alone is probably not strong enough. We'll scout a bit more. Okay, I don't trust that. I'm going to start going back. Okay, then we've got Axis who can start going towards Elishar, which I think is probably fine. Okay, so we need to put Kaled back in a town. So currently we have no defender at Acheron. So let's actually move, since Kaled has no movement points, let's put Sandro in Acheron. Tuck him into the town. Then we go back to this. I think we can probably pick up a few more of these, but before we do, I will actually take Ayden back. I'm going to pick these up. Then we get to Firebrand. We're going to upgrade these to Cerberus, which is pretty cheap. We're going to recruit 5 more. That's fairly decent, I think. Then we go to Cinderspire. Then we can start going for this. But no need to. No need to just yet. So let's look at our towns again. So Ashcombe is completely empty. So we're going to go back to Ashcombe, and we're going to wait here for 1 turn. Then we go back to this, we're going to send him out, we're going to send him with the units to Axis. think we can actually raise the skeletons as demons. I'm pretty sure that works. Let's try it. Also, actually, having the Cape of Conjuring is pretty useful because... Actually, no, it's not. It's the opposite of useful. We need something that enhances our spell points, not our spell power, effectively. We're doing fine for spell power. So if we start moving towards Elishar, I think we're going to be fine. Slight risk to our morale, but nothing too bad. Already got slow, so let's go for these. Okay, so we're expected to lose the E3. I'm sure that can be prevented. Try and bait them in. Okay, so they can now reach us. We don't need to demon farm if we don't want to. Next round begins, we're going to wait. We do miss one turn. Yeah, it didn't really work. None of these stacks want to go in to take the first shot. Yeah, I don't want to send these in to take the first shot, so I'm going to move to the bottom. Okay, I am going to defend. Actually miss my turn. I'm going to wait with these. Miss my turn with those as well. That didn't really work out. Let's try this though. So this should be a free hit, and then we can go for this as well. If we lose our turn through morale, that's the big risk. Next round begins. We should be able to take one shot, I think. If we do lose our turn, then I think we just go straight for the magic arrow. We do get our turn, so that's fine. We're going to wait. They get killed. We attack them. Oh, we can't resurrect them. Okay, so I guess it has to be living units. Didn't know that. Okay, well we can go for this shot. This should be completely safe at this point. Okay, so they retaliate, but we finish them off. Okay, good to know. This is to remind people the first ever Inferno playthrough we've done on the channel, so I'm still learning some of the specifics when it comes to demon farming. Okay, so Elishar is probably safe to approach. I'd rather have a bit more fodder, but Christian's out of movement points. I think we keep our distance for now. Then we've still got 900 we can spend, and I think we should try and build this town up a bit more. We don't really lose too much just from getting the cages. Let's do that. We've already got a bit of a Cerberus power stack. Okay. That all seems fine. Let's see what happens. I feel like when they do threaten us, they're going to all come for us at once. That's kind of what I'm worried about. Alamar goes off into the distance. Tan is now coming towards one of our towns. So he seems to be the next threat. We can see someone going towards the unclaimed town. I think they'll almost certainly take that, and we can also see Rissa has attacked Fiona, so let's see what she has. Okay. She is the scariest opponent we've seen so far. And she just got a bit stronger. Okay, so firstly, we've got this to worry about. Rion has to go around all of this, so he can't reach us this turn. Okay, Khalid into the town. Pass over the devil. That should be fine. What we probably should do... Firstly, we need to see if we can actually reach Rissa. Okay, so let's go through to Acheron, and let's have a look. So we can reach. We have the option of going for this. I'd rather have a few more Cerberus, but I do have 21k I can spend. If we go back underground... Daramith is being very unaggressive. That's gotta be... Yeah, so Daramith is the strongest teal hero, but Rissa is the strongest pink hero. Pink is a lot stronger than teal by the looks of it. In terms of Kingdom army strength, Pink is the second strongest player on the map. Heal is surprisingly weak, considering we've not met them. I feel like maybe we go aggressive, but we're still safe from Daramith for now. I can afford to upgrade a few devils into archdevils. Let's go back to Clavius. I wish there was some easier way through. Okay, so that doesn't help me either. I think we can make it, but maybe not. We should have day 1 as well as the human player. So we might just about make it if we can find the path straight away. If we send Gunnar through, we can go after Ayden, but there's someone else there too. I think possibly... I think Purple's hero's there too. Might still go for this. I don't really see why not. I'm pretty sure we're stronger. Actually, I think, from looking around a bit, it's not Ashcombe that's threatened, really. If we go back underground, Cinderspire is probably actually closer, and maybe could even be reached this turn. So I think Ayden actually has to take out Rissa, because we need to send Ayden back to Cinderspire as soon as possible to defend it. So the 21,000 gold we have in the bank, I think has to go towards creature production. If we look at Octavia, Octavia can pass some units to Zarfax, and Zarfax can go to the south, but he can't get anywhere near close enough. I could go for the Dwarven Treasury. That would get me some more gold. The thing is, we then have to win against Rissa for sure, which I think we will. But if we don't take Rissa out, then Zarfax gets destroyed. The alternative is we go to the northwest instead, we go for the Water Wheel. That is a guaranteed 1,000 gold, plus it keeps us safe, plus it gives Octavia a chance to go to the west and get a spellbook. The other advantage of that is we keep our units nice and close to our rampart town. So that's maybe the safer option. Dwarven Treasury will give us more, of course. I think first, let's move our scouts, and let's see what we can do. I'm actually going to send... I thought I'd send Christian for the windmill, but we've already gone for that, so let's just go into the town. Let's tuck ourselves into the town. Let's go back to Axis. Axis can send some backup. No one's about to attack this town, so I think that's fine. Okay, let's upgrade the Ifrit. And I think I might go Pit Lords next, because we will take some losses in this next fight, for sure. I think the thing to do is to see how much gold we've got left over. So we've moved pretty much all of our scouts. Let's go back to this. And before we forget, let's just claim the sawmill. Then we're going to do the same with Vokiel. Vokiel can't quite make it back, but that's fine. Okay, so we've got 20,000 to spend. We've got some resources we can trade if we want to. I probably won't do that though. I think we've been doing that a bit too much. So let's go back to Ashcombe first. Nothing really there. We go to Cinderspire, we can get 5 extra Hellhounds. Let's do that. Then we need to go back to Firebrand, and we need to move Axis out. Okay, back to Firebrand. So we can pick up 20 of these. We could also pick up some normal devils. I think that does make sense. We obviously can't afford to go for the upgrades, but I think getting a few extra devils, making a bit of a power stack out of that does make sense. Then we upgrade these, and we have 6k left, and I think we invest it in these. I wouldn't mind getting a few more, but I should get a few fodder stacks. Is that enough? It is pretty strong. If we haste our stacks at the start, we should be faster than the Titans because we're 13 speed and we're the attacker. So we go for haste first round. Cerberus can go across. They should be able to attack 2 stacks at once. So yeah, we could go for something like the Mages plus the Nagas. Still not sure this is quite enough. We'll do it, but we'll take some losses. Yeah, I think Zarfax should go to the south because Octavia is safe. The last thing to do is just to see who's taken this base. So no one's actually taken the base. Octavia can afford to pass these units over. That should be fine. We're going to pass the artifacts too, just to be safe. Okay, so Zarfax does have a spellbook. He does have some okay spells. He's not the best spellcaster, but still. Should be safe to go for this. Let's go for it. So, Master Gremlins don't want to fight us. I think we'll just skip that fight, and for all that, we can't reach. We can't quite reach. I thought we'd make it, but we didn't. Okay, not necessarily a big problem. I think we still win this fight either way. If nothing else, we can go for a bit of elemental spam, but that's not the ideal way of winning fights. So let's trade some more. Then we can afford a couple more of these. These are really strong. They're a bit flimsy, they're a bit frail, but they deal a lot of damage, so if we rush them, that's probably fine. So let's go through to Acheron. We can also take these, of course, which we will. Maybe I should have upgraded the Pit Fiends. How much does that actually cost us? I think that's worth checking. I can remember which one it is. Pit Fiends, this place here, it's very indistinct looking. So to upgrade them, it's 200 each. So if we have 17 of them, we'd need about an extra 4k. Don't think that's worth doing. I think we just go straight for the attack. There is another pink hero. I'm going to check where they are. I think it's completely fine to keep using View Air. So they're not within reach. But yeah, we've got loads of spell points, so we can use View Air as much as we like. This thing, I'm pretty sure, is inferior to what we have. I'm not really sure, actually, but we don't need it. We're going to go for Rissa. We're going to go for a mass haste. And we're going to see what we can do. We will take some losses. I wish we had resurrection, but we don't. She will get a chance to flee. But let's go for it. Are we expected to win naturally? I think we... Oh wow, we're not actually expected to win. I thought we would actually be the favourites there. So, first round. Do we have mass prayer? That would be better. No, we don't. Okay, so it's got to be mass haste. Alternatively, we could wait for a round. If we do that, we should be safe from pretty much everything. We have to take a shot from the Titans. We have to take a shot from the Magi. But nothing else can reach us. She only has 9 spell points. So, if she does go for a mass haste, I'll be surprised. It's possible, but I doubt it. We could also go for haste ourselves. The thing is, mass bless is also really tempting. And I guess elementals could be too. I think we wait, although these 3 stacks together, is that a risk? At worst, she might have Frost Ring or something. I'm not even sure you can go for Frost Ring with 9 spell points. Yeah, I think we wait. Okay, so the Titans do 140 damage. That nearly kills a Devil, but not quite. That's not so bad. Of course, we are depriving ourselves of the chance to go for the double attack with the Cerberus, because I don't think they're going to bunch up. But they might. We do lose a Devil. Okay. Alright, so those come forward. At this point, maybe we go for the haste. Because if we do go for the haste, we can draw out a retaliation. I think I prefer that idea. So we're forced to go for this. Okay, so those all come forward. They actually go for blind on the devils. That's really unfortunate. Didn't think they'd go for something that good. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably go all out on the iron golems. These guys can reach them, as can these. That's probably slightly overkill, but I don't think I want to draw out retaliation on anything else. What I could actually do... This is awful of me, but it has to be done. We can waste the Titan's turn because they're the fastest. Yeah, they go first, so we actually completely waste their turn. Then we go for these, we can do lots of damage, let's just go for it. These guys are free to go for what they like, I think. The Nagas are obviously the biggest threat, but we might be able to kill a few more. Go for something like gargoyles instead, but no, I think the Nagas are such a big threat that we should go for those. So we just get the one kill, which is not much. Then we go for these. So we've pretty much taken out that stack, and the next round begins. I think we have to go for the mass cure. Do want those devils to get their turn. I'd really rather go for bless or something, but yeah, mass cure does make sense. Should have actually gone for it later, of course, because we are going to take some retaliation, but might go for the genies because we will do more damage. Let's see, actually, is there anything these can't reach? So if we were to go for the master genies, the Nagas can't reach us. So what I could do is I could actually block off the Titans with something else. That gives me the option of using the imps to draw out retaliation from the Nagas. I think I don't overthink this, I think I just go for the Magi. I will probably take a loss in response. Or if we just go for these, we do at least do some bonus damage, but then again, they do bonus damage back to us. They'll do bonus damage with about 12 Master Genies. Let's go for it. We're better. We do take... Wow, 3 losses. That was actually a bit more than I thought. So these guys are going to go forward. We want to stay out of range of these as much as we can, but it's not really going to work. I mean, I could go for these just because I don't want them to retaliate. I think I'll do that. We do have the stone skin, but need to attack them with things that don't have to worry about the retaliation. Okay, so if we go for this, it's 8 to 10 kills. We probably take some losses in response. Alternatively, we go for it with the Pit Fiends. The Pit Fiends are going to do, I think, slightly more damage. The advantage of these is just the demon farming. A little bit more attack, possibly. No, same attack. Same attack, same damage. I think it's just a bit of speed in the demon resurrection ability. On the other hand, it's a bit wasteful to go for this. If we were to go for these instead, that's 2 kills. It's not bad. I think these go for the Magi. That might have been a mistake. No, let's just not attack the Nagas. There's no need. So we go for that. We send these forward to block these off. They waste their turn on that. That's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. They're going to go for the Pit Lords, unfortunately. That's really kind of sad because the one thing the Pit Lords can't resurrect is themselves. Okay, so a few losses have been taken. I think now is the time to go for Bless. Does make a fair bit of difference to how much damage we do. Pretty much all of our stacks, but especially the Cerberus. And the Cerberus do have a good shot here. 2 stacks at once. So yeah, let's go for Bless. Go for Bless, we can kill off 2 Wyverns. Could go for 12 of these, but I think we just leave those to the Cerberus. Okay, then these guys go up. I'm pretty sure I want to attack the Titans. Only 1 kill. Thought we'd get a bit more. So maybe I could block them with the Pit Fiends, or the Pit Lords instead. let them go down. We can pretty much kill a stack of our choice. Yeah, I think we go for this. Please go for the double attack. That pretty much finishes those off. I really hate to do this, but I think this is the stack we sacrifice. Yep, they go down. Okay. So I think we break through the ammo cart because we don't want to take all the losses to the devils. We can take that out with the Ifrit. Strongest stack out of these two, I think it's the Pit Fiends. But the Cerber I don't have to worry about retaliation. So yeah, let's go for this. We actually get morale, so let's go and finish these off. Okay, so spells we have Meteor Shower. I could have gone for that instead, I guess, but maybe there's something better we can do. So that's 475 points of damage. We don't have Lightning Bolt. Maybe Shield. I'm sure we'll take at least one more loss. I could have gone for some Blind as well, but yeah, I think Shield at least reduces the losses quite a lot. Then we go for this. These guys go in, get one more kill. I'm pretty sure the Titans will go for the Devils just to get that one extra kill. No, they don't. Okay, and then she flees. So she loses all those Titans. We didn't really lose too much from that. Like, we lost the Pit Lords, we lost most of the Ifrit Sultans, but not too much else, and Zarfax can pass his units over. The big risk, of course, is we have nothing left to defend that town. I think we'll move Ayden slightly back in this direction, and we're going to send Sandro out, just to do a little bit of scouting. So I don't want to lose Sandro, so I'm not going to overdo this. See what that thing does. So it's +3 attack, +3 defense, so maybe it's slightly better than what we have. But kind of depends how highly you value defense. Or attack even. Okay, so lots of Nagas, Sphere of Permanence, a Throng of Pixies. That appears to take us through to another zone, which I'm pretty sure will be a treasure zone. Don't think any of this stuff is worth going for, although the Ring of Life, that's the one we already have. So we won't go for that. Okay. In that case, I think we end the turn there. I think we're pretty much safe. I didn't see what that blue hero has, but I'm sure they're not that strong. Okay, so a blue hero just emerged, I think, near the Rampart town. So we should go back to that one. Tan, I don't think could have made it to us in the end. Purple attacks us. Ah, so this is their desperation. They attack us because they have almost nothing left. If we take some losses, I imagine it's due to Magic Arrow, perhaps. I'm going to save my spell points because I'm not 100% sure what else is around. I will try for morale. Should have done that earlier, but never mind. Okay, so yeah, 3 losses to the Lightning Bolt, but then Genova goes down. Wow, okay, so Teal is actually pretty close to us there as well. Alright, so lots of threats. Firstly, let's look at this. So yeah, that is blue, and it's Alamar, so Alamar actually makes it through to there. So there must be a monolith. That's actually really threatening. We're gonna need a lot more. Let's see how close Zarfax can get. So not really that close. So I think we need to hire someone else. So we have Rashka and Sorsha. Neither are really good options. Okay, so that's a situation we need to deal with. Let's continue to scout with Sandro for now. Okay, that doesn't really tell us too much. Let's go to the west. Okay, that all seems fairly unexceptional. We're going to put this guy back in the town. We're going to go to Gunnar. Gunnar is no longer chasing down Genova, of course. But we will just do some scouting. We can see Ayden. We should be able to take him on. pretty sure we're stronger. It's debatable, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Okay, let's go to Clavius. Let's hope we get easy access to the town, which I think we do. Yeah, so we can't reach this turn, but we can reach next turn. There is now a horde of sprites in there too, but that doesn't really change things too much. This is actually this. So this should be pretty easy to defend, I think. Let's check this out. Okay, so we see a bit more of that. Now we go towards the town. It's pretty undefended. Tan, I think, does have better heroes somewhere. Yeah, still one of the strongest players on the map. Teal just got significantly stronger. We can't see what they have. But Ayden probably has to go and defend that. If we go back underground as well, we also have to worry about Tan. So yeah, there is Tan, of course. Rion. Rion is closest to Ashcombe. I'm not sure he can reach it though. But yeah, Ashcombe and Cinderspire are kind of both threatened. We do have 21,000 we can spend on reinforcements. So his units, he's got the several Firebirds, so I don't think we rely on Gogs. We probably need to bring in some reinforcements from this town. Maybe demons. Yeah, 40 demons, 10,000 gold, that's probably worth doing. Ah, that was a misclick. I was about to say I don't think it's worth sending Ayden up to pass these units over to Zarfax because he should go back to a town. That was a really unfortunate misclick. So Ayden is now kind of useless for a turn. So we still need to spend 2,500 on picking up a new hero to shuttle some units. It puts Octavia at risk. Okay, well we have no choice at this point. Let's send Zarfax as close as we can. So we're going to take all of the units we can get. Out of these, we don't really need too much. I guess Shield of the Damned we can give up. Of course we can, because we've got the Lion's Shield of Courage. Dragonwing Tabard we'll keep. We'll take this for Ayden. And the Quiet Eye of the Dragon I think is more useful too. Okay. So we take all of that stuff. We go as far to the north as we can. Then Octavia takes it back. Octavia gets as close as she can. I think this is just about close enough. I think the hero we buy depends on who has the faster units, which it is Rashka. Can Rashka get back? If not, we have to spend another 2,500. It kind of looks like we can't. We want to pass over some fodder. Hate to use Pit Lords as fodder, but it's the obvious choice. No, it's not. We should pass over a few of these. Okay, so that should keep Octavia safe. Rashka can make it back. So this should be enough to defend the town, I think. Yeah, I don't think he'll go for us. So that keeps that safe. Octavia can flee if she needs to. Axis. I'd like to go after Elishar, but it's not too important. Okay, so having moved Ayden, we now have to spend our resources to defend this town firstly, and also this town. Both of these towns are threatened. So Rion is not too scary. Let's see what we can do with Axis. So we need defenders. I think we do spend the 10k on this. Maybe could go for the Gogs. Other options. Got a few more demons in this town. But for the most part it is just Gogs available to us. And get some Pit Fiends in this town. Let's go for demons. We'll go for a few demons, we'll go for a few Pit Fiends because we can upgrade them to Pit Lords. Then we go back to Axis. Jump through to Acheron. We take all of this stuff. Could take the Hellhounds. But no, we need to focus on power stacks, so let's go back to Firebrand. Let's upgrade these. Join these two together. Get a bit of fodder, spread it around. Then we go back through. And we're gonna have this guy defend. I think Ashcombe is easier to defend. We'll pick up a few more demons. Let's go to Cinderspire. Okay, and let's send Eris out, or Ivor in fact. I want to see if we can find out more about Teal, but I'm not sure that's really an option. I could try and bait him in. There's not really anywhere safe for him to go, so let's just go for this. Okay, so we still have 1,000 left to spend, so the next town to worry about is this. Is this town safe? Not at all. But it's not that easy for him to reach. It's kind of borderline, I'm not sure it's that safe really. What we should maybe do then is split the demons. So back to this base. We need to bring him back out, but we need to put someone back in the town. No real options for that, although actually Rashka can. So this force has Phoenixes. Phoenixes will go for the multi-attack, so let's go for our least valuable stacks in the middle. That seems fine. Don't think the Phoenixes will attack 12 Devils. Yep, okay, so that's fine. We go back to this. We're going to jump through to Ashcombe. We're going to split the Devils in half. And that is at least kind of an okay defense. We'll go for a few Gogs. And we'll take 1 or 2 Imps. Now let's keep our demons together as much as we can. I don't really like doing that, we have weakened our strongest stack, but this town also doesn't have a castle, that's the other thing. How close can we get? I think we could trade for that. So we could get 2,500 from doing that. We're not far off. We should get the castle. It's more useful than units in most cases. Okay, that gives us just enough. We're going to go for the castle. We're going to jump back into the town. We're going to trade a few more resources. I think we probably should. That's just for the sake of bringing the demons together and getting a few more of these. Okay. Very messy once again, but we're just going to end the turn. And I expect someone will attack us somewhere. So Ayden's going to try and run, that's fine, I didn't really want to go for that fight. Alamar does not go for us at all, but Tan arrives. Still no real sign of purple. Orange claims that. Teal does break through to us, I'm sure we lose this, I'm not at all surprised by that. It is Daramith. Okay. So, 20 spell points, we have Meteor Shower. There's 200 points of damage, that's not bad. I might just go straight for that. I should go for these 3 stacks though. Lots of good choices, but it's got to be these. Just going to try and hold our position as much as we can. So she does have a lot of spell points, which I guess means we're not really safe no matter what we do. Okay, so shields those, castle goes for those. They break through now, so we're pretty screwed. Need to go for the block. Okay, so 8 spell points to go, we can go for 2 magic arrows. These have 20 health left. This does 80 points of damage. I think we go for these. Okay, they could actually get through that. I'm kind of surprised. 90 health left on those. Alright, so final 80 points of damage before we lose access. Let's get 2 Master Genies. Okay, so that happens. The good thing about this is we should be able to take that back very quickly. So at this point, Caelid can now pick up as many units as she likes. Let's check what Caelid has. So 7 spell power, 3 knowledge. Pretty good spell casting. Alright, let's pick these up. It's day 1, so we've got all of our units available to us once again. So in terms of power stacks, we still kind of have. We have 26 demons, of course. Demons didn't do amazing in that last fight. In a way, I think Gogs would do more. It's a massive stack of Gogs, but of course if we do go to assault the town, it's not really that useful. So I think Devils is still the best option. Go with 3 Archdevils. Let's upgrade these first. Okay. So yeah, this is super messy. So Ayden needs to go back to a town. Then Sandro can take some units. Can't quite make it back, I think. Okay, that's fine. So we can still go through. Through to Acheron, we're going to take these extra units. Could pick up some more units. I think we're not strong enough to take that town back. We need to do that with Ayden. But what we do need to do is we need to hold this town for sure for at least one more turn. I'm pretty sure it's fairly safe. Yeah, because Josephine's nearby. She's not the big threat. Ivor. So Cinderspire is being defended by Daramith. So at least Ivor can go straight through. So I thought that was a scout that we saw before. But I guess it was just Daramith, or it could have been Josephine actually. So Josephine kind of poked her head around, and then Daramith broke through. Okay, well Ayden can reach that, maybe not next turn, but the turn after. We do lose some recruitment in that town, but that town has no good dwellings, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's pretty much a dead end. Don't want to fight the guards. Okay, so going back to Clavius, this is still pretty undefended as we expected. Before I forget actually about Tan, let's see what this is. That's Eris. Eris is not too strong. I might go straight to the west. Because I don't think Alamar will chase us down. Octavia's skills, once she has no artifacts, they're not that useful. I'm gonna go explore. Okay, so that town should be safe. We're gonna go for this town next. Pretty sure we can do it completely fine. Yep, let's go for it. So those losses look more or less unavoidable. Okay, so we jump in, and we've now claimed ourselves a Conflux town. We've got Phoenix growth, we've got Psychic Elemental growth, lots of other things as well. So we do lose one fairly minor Inferno town, which we can take back, but we get something much more useful in response. Anyway, I think we've done enough of this part, so thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.